1, 2, 3, funky.
My darling, I love you, 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 I l
This thing is bigger than you was making it seem in that other video.
He was able to tie it on another chair. Welcome back to my channel, guys. I know you can't see my face yet because we're setting up, but this is our official body cast video. So as you see, Anika's taking the plastic and setting it up on the chair so that we don't make a mess on the floor or the chairs. It's actually quite big.
Yeah.
We don't got down in her watching position.
Yeah.
She like, what's going on over there?
I'm just spread it so I don't get on the floor.
We're gonna see how long this takes us.
Right. I'm not gonna put any on my chair. I don't feel like I'm gonna need it.
No, just put some like on the floor by you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put it up in here. I know y'all can't see the supplies, but the box came with the rolls of the paper. We got a warm bowl of water down there. We got some Vaseline, or like they call it, belly lubricant, and we have some gloves. So we're gonna rub this belly lubricant on it first, and then we're gonna start layering this paper.
I'm sitting down talking.
Girl, I feel like I'm in a sterile scene. Gotta get a good part up under here. Yeah, we definitely need some scissors. Let me get some water before we get started. Or I can't stretch and drink.
Yeah, you can't move.
That's what I'm saying. I brought the water because I was thirsty.
Get some warm, freshly warm water. Boy, bye.
So we roughly are starting. It's 7:22, so I'm gonna roughly say we're starting at 7:30, a few minutes before. And we're gonna see, in general, how long it takes us. I could probably have this vlog up tonight.
You ready?
Yeah, I'll cut all of this until you come back over.
Well, the lady on the video did say it feels tight on her skin and pinch her skin, so don't panic.
Well, I mean, I expect it to like be pinch a little bit. Like it's not gonna pinch. It's just that it's like it's paper mache, so it's gonna get hard,
Right.
which means it's gonna press. I'm not afraid of anything.
Alright. So first, we gotta lube it up.
Lubing it up. Going over here. What does it smell like?
Petroleum gel.
Okay, you like don't have me in this bed. Like this ain't no stuff have me smell weird.
It's like petroleum.
Well, at least we did a good time because my belly is nice and round.
Yeah.
I'm 37 weeks, y'all, by the way. I waited. At first I thought I wanted to do it around 30 weeks, but I wasn't as, I had a belly, but I wasn't as round. And me leaning back like this, I got a weird shape going on right now.
You gotta find the position you want.
No, I'm just saying I'm in a good position. I'm saying, but
I mean, for the cat.
when I lay like this, it looks like it looks like a cone.
Oh, you're gonna get up there after the camera go off. So.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get under your stomach. Make sure it's nice and lubricated. So come on, we can take you to the hospital to get the cast off.
I will cry if you try to pull. I will cry if you try to pull this off my body and it don't come off. I'll be like, don't cut the camera. I want them to see what you did.
It's my phone, so
I want them to see what you did to me.
you'll never get the video. I'll never give you that video.
I will get that video. All you gotta do is go to sleep tonight and I'm gonna airdrop it.
Stand up for a little bit. I'll make sure I get under there.
You go to sleep, I will airdrop it to myself. Ooh. Girl, I ain't got no balance. I was finna cut the video,
Down
y'all.
goes Frazier.
I was finna be down, down, down.
Okay, how far back do you want it? Like right here?
Yeah, that's not fine. It don't have to really go. It don't really need to wrap around my back.
Okay.
It really just need to go like right here. And then we're gonna go up here. Then we get up here. I don't know if you wanna do one side, be sassy, make one go up like a strap. Like that.
Is the offense on the side you want? You want one go up or do you want it to just go right here? Depends on what you want.
I mean, I feel like we could do like a little, that's how they got it on the box. I kinda like it like that. She didn't do hers like that, but I think I wanna do mine like that.
Okay. You sure you want to do this sitting and not standing?
I don't know if I can stand for this whole process. She did hers sitting.
Okay. I'm just making sure you know what you want. I feel like when you stand, your stomach project more.
Well, I don't know. If I stand, that means you just have to keep moving.
I probably just have to keep going fast as hell.
Because if I stand, I'm gonna be
But
tired.
no, because then I'm gonna have to do your breast area. You probably don't want to stand for that.
Let's just sit. It's fine. I can push it out a little bit.
That's the position you want to do there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You measuring it? I mean, he playing so aggressively over there.
Yeah.
I hate that I put it on top of that blanket because he been so aggressive with it since yesterday. Like, you ain't gotta smack it, son.
Here we go.
What did you put in there? It got all goopy.
You like squeeze it out or just put it on you like
I
that?
think you let it, I don't know.
And then say what to do. Just
Okay,
say
just-
dip it in water and
Let's
put
just
it
do
on.
it. That's why I wore stuff that can get stuff on there. I didn't wear none of my good stuff. Good thing it is warm because I can see why. Put that on me cold, I might go, ah.
Never had a cast before. This is why they do this. Like you got a good cast on your leg or something.
I don't know because I never broke anything, so I'm wondering if this is what they do to build the cast. But maybe so. They always say they gotta build it, so
Alright.
maybe this is what they do and that's why it be so tight and itchy. But we're doing pretty good already.
One cast now,
I just smoothed it out.
4 to go.
I'm not gonna make this vlog boring, y'all. I'm not gonna let y'all just sit here and watch us do this. I'm gonna talk about what's going on. I know I told y'all in the last update video that I was gonna tell y'all about these trifling doctors and why you gotta advocate for yourself. So let's talk about my experience with these trifling doctors. Now, we all know I have a midwife and I have doulas, multiple. So I will not be delivering with these doctors, but I do still go to my OB appointments just for backup. My mom told me she would prefer that I still go, so I go for backup, but my midwife is more than capable of handling everything. I have no doubt in that. But back to the trifling doctor. So, my pregnancy has been stress-free, problem-free, complication-free the whole time. All I do is drink my water, mind my business. I have had no weight gain, nothing. Just, living my best life. After the baby shower, after I did that 30-week vlog, I had an appointment on December 2nd with an OB. Now, I won't say my insurance provider's name, but I will say the insurance that I have, I don't see the same OB every time I go to the doctor. So that's another reason why I chose to have a home birth, because I was not seeing the same person every time I went to the doctor. Every time I go to an appointment, it's a different person, and they got to read my chart and get familiar with me all over again. And then I was told when I deliver, I could be with any one of them, and I don't like all of them anyway. So that's another thing. I don't think I want somebody I don't like delivering my baby. So on December 2nd, it was yet again a brand new person who was not familiar with my chart, and it was right after the baby shower. During the baby shower week, I did enjoy myself. I was not drinking as much water as I normally do. Had some soda, some juice, just living my best life as anybody would. I mean, soda and juice don't hurt anybody, especially when you drink as much water as I do. So when I went to my appointment, when you go to your OB appointments, they're really pointless sometimes, because they do the same thing every time you go. You go in, they take your blood pressure, they take your pulse, your temperature, then they ask you to give a urine sample in a cup. They take you in a room, they listen to the baby, they measure your stomach, and then they say, do you have any questions? If you say no, they be like, all right, have a great day. My appointments are literally like 10 minutes. The OBs don't talk about anything, they don't do anything. So when I went to this appointment on December 2nd, while I was in the room, she was over analyzing all my results, because she's never seen me before. She's like, I'm gonna read your chart, look at everything. So the first thing she started going back to was, oh, I seen that you took the gestational diabetes test at 28 weeks, and I was 30 at that time. So I was told that I passed my gestational diabetes test, and if you ask me, I did. All my numbers that's when you drink the colorful drink and you wait 3 hours and they draw your blood once every hour. I did fail the 1 hour where you drink it and they just test it after an hour, but I mean, the margin for that test is kind of small. And first of all, I don't even consume a lot of sugar, so of course if you give me that drink, which is nothing but sugar, you're going to shock my system, and I'm not really going to pass that test anyway. So keep that in mind. If they're asking you to take that test, there's a chance that you could fail it anyway. Very biased test. So she was like, I'm looking at your numbers and I see that you, first she said I didn't pass, and then I said no, I got an email that said I did pass my gestational diabetes test, and I told her the numbers, and she said, oh well, your fasting number was a little high. It's only one number. You have to fail 2 numbers in order to qualify for gestational diabetes, so you're good there. So I'm like, okay, this lady already doing too much. So then she goes further. She's like, oh, and I tested your urine, and it came back with a little protein in it. Now, this is the first time I've ever heard that I've had protein in my urine, but I've already researched it. And you can have protein in your urine for multiple reasons, the main one being that you could be dehydrated. Now, she was concerned because protein is a sign of preeclampsia, aka really high blood pressure in pregnant or expectant women. But there's multiple signs that goes with preeclampsia. You have to have protein in the urine. You have to have very high blood pressures. You have to have headaches, stomach pain. You have to be seeing spots. It's all these different things. So she started asking me all these questions, and I'm like, no, I don't have high. My blood pressures are always 120 something and below, and my bottom number is always 80 something or below. So I've never had high blood pressure this entire pregnancy. So when she started talking about, well, I'm going to send your urine off for further samples because of protein, and I need you to go get all this blood work, I was looking like this is overkill, because I know that I just came to this appointment straight from traveling on the road after a week of drinking juice and soda, not much water, very much so probably dehydrated. So I left that appointment aggravated, lived my best life. The next day I get a call from the office, oh, you need to hurry up and go in right now and take a blood test. We need to test your blood. Aggravated again, I went. They did a blood sample. I left. The next day, they're blowing up my phone like, oh, you need to go to the office right now so they can check your blood pressure, make sure you're not at risk and all this stuff. So apparently, when they drew my blood, the protein in my blood was still a little high. Hence, just came off vacation. It's only been a day. So they had me go rush to the office just to get my blood pressure, which ended up being 121/78. So even the nurses were like, why did they have you rush here and your blood pressure isn't even high? So they put me in a room with another doctor I have never met. So she got to get familiar with my chart. So she comes and is like, oh, did they tell you why they called you here today? I said, because of the protein in my urine. But I'm pretty sure I was dehydrated, blah, 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 blah. So she said, okay, well, we took a urine sample today. We'll check. Let me go check. She went and checked it. She came back and said, oh, well, there's no protein in your urine today. So, yeah, you probably were dehydrated. Did you start back drinking your water? I said, yeah, I'm back to drinking almost a gallon of water a day. She said, well, then that was probably it. I'm just going to repeat your blood test. But did they tell you why else you're here? I'm like, no. Oh, well, you're here because you failed your gestational diabetes test. I said, no, I didn't. And I proceeded to show her the email that said I passed and read my numbers off. Oh, well, those numbers, I don't go by those numbers. I go by a different set of numbers for pregnant women. So according to my numbers, you did fail 2 of the numbers and not just 1 of them. So now I'm irritated because I'm looking at her like, what type of office? First of all, that's the first thing. What kind of office doesn't communicate? Oh. What kind of office doesn't communicate and allows someone to just send out emails telling people they passed tests and then you in my face talking about I didn't pass it? But I was still on the side of not really listening to her because my numbers are still good and I know that I don't have gestational diabetes, but whatever. So she goes into this whole spiel about we're going to classify you as gestational diabetes, and because of the protein in your urine that one time, even though I didn't have it in my urine that day, we're going to put on your chart preeclampsia and all these different things. What kind of office allows you to send out notification and then you putting up all these diagnoses on my chart now? I'm 31 weeks at this point, never had anything wrong, and now you are classifying me as 2 different disorders and 1 doctor's appointment. So she was like, we need to put you in the remote monitoring program. So now I'm aggravated. So now she's like, we want you to check your blood sugar 4 times a day, once in the morning when you get up, your fasting sugar, and every time you eat. So that aggravated me. Then she's like, we're sending you home with a blood pressure cuff to check your blood pressure 2 times a day. Now I did mention to y'all I don't have high blood pressure at all. Still now at 37 weeks, my blood pressure is always in the 120s and below. So all this to me was overkill. So next thing you know, I'm going down there to the office. I got all of these. I will show y'all, but I'm in a position I'll put a picture in the vlog when I edit this. I have to prick my fingers 4 times a day. My blood sugar has to be under 120. My fasting sugar has to be under 95, which is almost impossible. And I have to do this every day and plug it into my phone via Bluetooth so that they can monitor me, so they can watch me, which I still think is overkill because I'm not claiming this gestational diabetes thing. I do not have it anyways. Blood pressure every day, which is still pointless, and it hasn't even been high when I check from home. So it does feel quite pointless. And they put it on my chart. So that's what I've been dealing with since December 8th. I've been having to check blood sugar and BP at home. So once again, every doctor I go to now, even the one I met with a couple weeks ago, looked at my chart and said that they were doing too much. She was like, there was no reason for them to have me doing remote monitoring. But like I said, when you see a different doctor every time, every doctor has a different opinion. And apparently they don't communicate in this practice. Therefore, why I feel like Western medicine and going to the doctor anyway is very pointless, because my midwife has all of this under control. I'm literally just doing the blood sugar and the BP to appease them, not because I agree or believe that I have anything wrong with me, but I'm just aggravated because they don't communicate. There's no rapport. Nobody knows what's going on. Everybody has to read my chart every time because they don't know me enough to know what's going on in my pregnancy. So once again, very retarded doctors, very stupid, pointless doctors. So that's my little tidbit for y'all on the doctor tip. Now I'll give y'all a little update on where we are now. So I'm officially 37 weeks as of today, which means, well, depending on what you read, some will say you're not full term to 39 weeks, some will say you're full term 37 weeks, but in my eyes, I'm pretty much 37 weeks in full term. Baby girl can come at any time from now until her due date, which is February 4th. So it's really a waiting game at this point. I did have a growth scan on January 4th. I had a growth scan. So what a growth scan is when they do an ultrasound to measure or estimate how big your baby is at that moment. Only reason why it was scheduled, because everybody don't have growth scans, was because that doctor, again, was convinced that I have gestational diabetes, and one factor of gestational diabetes is larger babies. People with gestational diabetes most times give birth to really large babies because of the sugar and not being able to control insulin and things like that. So I told her that I had an ultrasound at 30 weeks and my child was only estimated in 3 pounds 11 ounces. And she said, okay, yeah, that sounds normal for your gestation. But in her mind, she still wanted to order one. So I had another scan on January 4th, and she was measuring 5 pounds and 9 ounces, which is the 43rd percentile? It's the 43rd percentile, and that's still normal. So I didn't have a huge baby in there at 34 weeks and 4 days. So at 37 weeks right now, I'm pretty sure she's probably like 6 pounds or something, maybe going on 7, which I don't think I'm gonna have a super big baby anyway. I think my baby's gonna be 7.5 pounds to 8 pounds. I don't think she'll be over 8 pounds, and if she does, she won't be 8.5 pounds. I had to stop moving because the side is coming up. As soon as you had me push this down, I felt the sides coming up. But it's definitely getting hard, y'all. So, yeah, she was measuring 5 pounds 9 ounces, so not a super huge baby. Not super long either. But as far as my bump that y'all see, she is taking up all my space. She's head down, which is good. She's always head down though. So she's ready to go. She doesn't turn much. They said that they were unable to measure her head at the growth scan because she was so far into my pelvis. So that's good. She's head down. And yeah, we don't have any issues there. No breach or no transverse babies. She's just head down and ready to go whenever. So I'm hoping this birth will be pretty easy because she's already in position. So, also this past appointment I had the GBS swab test. So GBS is a type of bacteria that's present in pregnant women. It doesn't have any symptoms or anything, but they test for it at 36 weeks. They take a big Q-tip and they swab from the inside, the bottom inside of your vagina down to basically your butthole with a Q-tip, because she went in there, she went inside, and I kind of jumped like, woo. And she was like, yeah, that was over, but it's uncomfortable. So she did that swab and said that my results should be back in a couple of days. But most people are GBS negative. If you are GBS positive, that just means you have to get some antibiotics before you give birth, so that when baby comes through the birth canal, you don't accidentally give it to them. But there's nothing you can really do about it. It's nothing you caught or nothing you did wrong. So I'm waiting on those results, but I'm pretty sure they're negative. Because it's not very common. It's common and not common at the same time. And I also had her check my cervix for the first time just to see how everything's going on down there as we're coming up on 37 weeks. And she checked it and said that I was about a fingertip, 0.5 to 1 centimeter dilated. So my cervix had started to dilate. But the more important aspect was effacement. That's when your cervix goes from being long to thinner. And she said that I was about 20 to 30% effaced. So my cervix was soft and it has already started to thin and shorten. So I'm already in the process, and that just made me feel kind of good that things are going on down there. Today, before we did this body cast vlog, I had kind of a rough start today. I had an upset stomach and some cramping. And from what I read and from what my midwife has told me, that just means baby girl is getting more into position and lowering herself more into my pelvic area. So as she's doing that, she is pressing on my bowels and rearranging my body, which is making me crampy and uncomfortable, and hence upset stomach. So yeah, that's where we are now. 37 weeks. Everything at this point, everything hurts. Sleeping is impossible. Insomnia is. Be careful. Insomnia is a thing. So every night trying to sleep is impossible. I literally don't go to sleep before 1 or 2 o'clock, and I have to get up for work at 7. So insomnia is a thing. Being uncomfortable when I'm sleeping, trying to find a position, definitely a thing. Peeing all night is definitely a thing. I'm up at least, would you say every 2 hours? Yeah, probably like every 2 hours on the dot, I'm up and I'm in the bathroom. Because of where she's laying, I can literally feel her on my bladder, so any water I drink, it doesn't stay long. I can breathe easier because my stomach did drop down and she's lower, but I still have the heartburn and I still can't eat as much as I would like. So, but I didn't think I would reach that point, as most people do, and they're like, I'm tired of being pregnant. But I think I'm at that point now where I'm tired of being pregnant. Enjoying being pregnant, but definitely would like her to vacate my body. Because of the peeing and the uncomfortable, if I roll over too hard, sometimes I accidentally hurt myself because this bump is not easy to maneuver. Yes, it's attached to your body, but it is not easy to work with. Don't think by any means that it's easy to work with, because it is not. So definitely ready for her to come. As a first-time mom, I don't really know what to expect in terms of labor. Like, I don't know what contractions are supposed to feel like. I don't know if I'm gonna have a fast labor or a slow labor. I don't know if my water's just gonna break, or I'm just gonna have contractions and it break later. I don't know. So I got all these questions, and we literally sit around sometimes, me and Anika discuss like what will it be like, what will happen? Will it be fast? Will it be in the middle of the night? Will I just be here feeling regular and then one day I'm not? We don't know. It can happen at any point. From this day beyond, I'm 37 weeks now, it can happen at any point. We are going to record it for y'all, but like I said, we don't know when it's going to happen. This area you see us in right now, this is my sunroom, so this is where the birthing tub will be, where I'm sitting right now. The tarp will be on the floor, and the birthing tub will be right here. You guys can see the blackout curtains. We'll get the lights on those, and everything will just be set right here. So this is the area that you'll be looking at in the vlog when I'm in labor. You may see me walking around and moving, but predominantly will be right here with my doulas and my midwife and support team. Ooh, this thing tight now, girl.
It's tightening?
Yeah. You hear that? It's definitely tightening. I don't want to move too much because I feel it. The pinching she was talking about, I feel it. It don't hurt. It's just if you move too much.
Okay, it's because it's setting.
If you move too much, it starts to lift, and that's where the pinching is coming from. So I'm trying not to get out of this position. But that's all the update I really have, because at this point it's a waiting game. I'm literally beyond the point of giving y'all things that nothing's changing at this point. It's the same symptoms, the same things at the appointments. I'm just waiting for labor, honestly. Like, trying to be on the yoga ball more. Gonna start the squats now that I hit 37 weeks. Gonna start the squats. I have been drinking up to a gallon of red raspberry leaf tea, which I think is helping me with the effacement, to be honest. And I've been still taking the primrose oil pills that I told y'all about. I'll put a picture in the vlog. I've been taking one by mouth and putting one inside. In a couple of days, I'm I'm gonna up it to 1 by mouth and 2 inside, so that it helps with effacement. The primrose oil, it mimics prostaglandins, and you need prostaglandins to help with dilation and effacement. Well, I can't get natural. Your body will do it naturally if you're in labor, but I can't help it beforehand because I don't have access to what is called natural prostaglandins, and natural prostaglandins comes from sperm. So for heterosexual couples, they just have sex, and that helps them to soften the cervix before labor to give them a head start. Well, I can't do that, so I mimic that by using the evening primrose oil. It does the same thing. So really, that's it. I don't know what y'all are doing over there.
What do we have to?
Something was on the wall and she knocked it down, and she's been over there attacking it. And because she's attacking it and having such a good time, he going crazy because he wants to go over there with her. That's why his little neck stretched so far. Whatever it is, she's not doing a good job at it because she's still going at it. But that's all the update, guys. Like I said, everything's the same from here. I'm at the last home stretch of pregnancy. I'm in the 9th month, last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
After today, the countdown will be less than 2 weeks. And it's just a waiting game. And that's what makes it hard, because the whole pregnancy, to me, flew by in a flash. And now that we're here, now everything's moving slow. These last 5 weeks have moved so slow, but still fast at the same time, because I feel like I just did a vlog and now I'm telling you it's 3 weeks left instead of 5 or 6. So time is moving, but to me, I guess because I'm the pregnant one, it feels super, super slow because I'm ready. Like when you have all the clothes up, diapers ready, the pack and play set, first outfit ready, that I gotta look at every day, you're just ready for her to come. Like you're just ready for your child to be here. And so I'm in that place where I'm just ready to like put her clothes on her and, you know, do this whole thing, but gotta wait.
Cut that off to see it first.
And so we're gonna cut the video right now because I have to take my bra off to do the top area, but once she has me covered, I will turn the video back on so you can see how it looks. You can see she's gotten the upper chest and the shoulder done, so I'm covered again. So we're back. Right now she's getting more warm water. We're on our last roll, so she's just gonna go over and layer everything one more time, and then after that it says I can sit for 5 to 10 minutes, and then we can finally pull this thing off of me because my butt hurts sitting in this chair and my back hurts sitting at this angle, and so just trying to hold on. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. It's definitely tight. I don't know if y'all can hear that. You hear that it's hardening up. I definitely, if I breathe wrong, might pop this thing off. This ain't the time to sneeze or anything.
It ain't.
Especially when it attached to my skin. Ooh, it's gonna hurt trying to get it off my back.
We'll take our time, piece by piece.
Yeah, because I don't think you put any oil back there. So just now when I pushed in that area, I felt a little sting.
And your little tiny hairs.
Yes. This is the only time you realize that you have hairs that you can't see. When something is attached and pulling it.
Put your nip there.
Yeah, my nipples are
It's a part of the show.
right, pointing at people in the screen.
I want to be in it. I want to be in it.
Like embarrassing.
Probably can do it when your cats come off too.
Thankfully. I don't got much steam left.
You're running out of steam.
And I got hiccups.
Running out of steam.
it looks like a strip until you lay it down. And all those little tiny holes just disappear because of the water.
And whatever the casting stuff is, when it's already powdered stuff.
Y'all, don't she cast like a pro? You got to start selling belly cast. Sign up to get your belly mold done. She gonna get you right.
BB casting.
Bye. And then BBB caster. I'm not about to play with you
Like, you
today.
gotta leave off the beat because it's in a boutique.
Bye.
This is just the casting agency.
I ain't about to play with you.